and her heart rate would pick up. And because of the security that has now been implemented into these things, because of everything that happened from the previous Sword Art, the minute your heart rate picks up, you immediately get kicked off.
Oh, because it's like a safety feature.
Yeah, it's a safety feature.
Okay. Alright. The next show we're going to be talking about is Sword Art Online Alternative.
So I've probably watched more on this one than you have.
Yep.
So what's your take on it first?
I haven't watched any Sword Art Online for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is completely separate. And I like it.
They do at
John.
one point... yeah. They do at one point make reference to main character from the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But only because that's the reason why they're doing the squad jam.
Okay.
So that's the only reason why they do. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this series. I really enjoy the characters. I think the main character, both online and offline, is great. She has such a personality, both online and offline. Mm. You know, she's a huge person offline, and she has a complex about that. Mm-hmm. She wanted to try to make her life better, or just try to have fun, and she heard about the whole VR type games, and she had a friend who is huge into VR games, so she asked for recommendations. And the funniest thing was watching her try so many different games, because every time she did, she was a huge character, and she would freak out because of that. Like, her complex would go into like hyper mode, and her heart rate would pick up. And because of the security that has now been implemented into these things, because of everything that happened from the previous Sword Art, the minute your heart rate picks up, you immediately get kicked off.
Oh, because it's like a safety feature.
Yeah, it's a safety feature.
Okay.
So every time she's entering all these different games, her heart rate would pick up because she sees herself as a huge character, and she'd immediately get kicked off. So, but she wanted to be a small character. She wanted to be cute, adorable, everything she wanted to see in herself. So, yeah, RNG character creation. No, I definitely, yeah, that's all what it was. And so when she finally enters Gun Gale, that's the first time she actually has a short, cute, adorable character. So that's the whole reason why she entered it. And even though she's short, cute, and adorable, she is playing a game about killing people with guns and such, which is just like complete 180 from that anyways. But she plays it anyways. She enjoys it. And it's kind of fun. It's fun watching her, and it's fun watching her play, because she gets into it, but she doesn't quite want to admit that she gets into it. And she's always trying to be that adorable little character, but she'll occasionally get like, you know, really into what she's doing and killing the people. I don't think they really haven't explained, at least to what I've been recollect, how she is as fast as she is, because even all the people that are in there are just like amazed at how quick she is. Her agility stats are like huge, which is the only explanation I think they've really given to it. But still, you know, she chose the color pink of because she wanted to be more cute than she even was, and it ended up working for her, because when she was out and about, originally she was just monster hunting, and then she ends up being in a PvP zone, and had people coming up to her. She freaked out, but because of the desert area that she was in, she actually blended in to the background. And then she started to become known as the something devil, I want to say, because she started getting into PvP. She started liking it because she was actually good at it, and she could, you know, surprise people. And no, it's great. I love the dynamics of it. The characters, the main character, the female that she kind of teams up with and works with, and then this guy that she's with. Pink Devil. Thank you, Deadly Howard. She's the Pink Devil.
Mm-hmm.
But the dynamics are great. They of course left the last episode 4 that I'm currently caught up with, at a cliffhanger moment, which is just like, damn it. You know, they didn't really do that for the other ones, so I don't think that's going to be like a continuing trend for them. But that last episode, they were doing so well too, which just infuriates me to no end. And then something critical happened. I was like, oh no, don't do that. Main character though is great. The guy that you see that she's on the shoulders of is great. And they go more into detail with this stuff too, because in the first Sword Art they talked about the gun lines when they were in the Gun Gale game. They talked about like when you put your finger on the trigger and you start to aim, there's like an auto aim that the system does for you. But whenever you do that, you'll see these trails from the gun coming out. Mm-hmm. So people can actually like dodge your bullets because they'll see where the shot's coming from. Mm-hmm. But they did make reference to the fact that if somebody who's actually trained and knows how to fire a gun in real life came in and started playing it, there's a possibility, especially if they're doing long shots, they won't need that. They'll be targeting using a scope, and they won't put their finger to pull the trigger until they're ready to fire right at that exact second.
Like those guys from the first episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, they were short to mid-range, not necessarily long range. If you do it long range, you use your scope as a sighting instead of using the game to auto help you with that. And so those bullet trails will never show up. Okay. So no one knows until all of a sudden they get shot that was the case. So it's kind of cool in that regard. So it's like, I think the best things in as far as media goes in both, you know, for like Food Wars and for this game, is they're taking aspects of real life. And even though this is just completely out of this world, because I mean, we're in a VR game kind of like going on this, which is way more advanced than any VR than we have at this moment. It is still things about it that they're throwing in there make sense. And it adds more to the belief and it draws you in because of that. So no, I think this is a great side story. It, you know, has very loosely anything to do with the original. You know, basically it's this own, and maybe at some point she'll meet up with the main character from the original one. I mean, it's always a possibility. Never know. So, but either way, I like it. I think it's great. So,
I think I probably won't come back to this one until I rewatch the first one and then watch the second one and then do this one, because it's been a long time since I watched Sword Art Online and I miss it. So
it's a great series.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked the first episode. I would definitely high on my rewatch, high on my backlog. Right. Deadly Honesty for Asuna. Yeah, man, I haven't seen her since a long time. When did the first one come out? Like 2009?
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time.